To unite the Arab world and counter the power of the Christian church, al-Malik needed a holy book in the Arabic language for the Arab people. Only a true, powerful caliph could have accomplished this. Today we're going to take a closer look at what did al-Malik actually do. And with me here to discuss this is our dear brother, Dr. J. Smith. Dr. J, so what was the role that al-Malik played in the creation of the Quran?
Well, it's obvious from everything we've come up to this time that he had a huge role, and that was to really solidify, put together, bring about all these disparate traditions into one text, beginning, or I would say the nascent of what the Quran then became, or later on during the Abbasid period. But Shoemaker says this, and Shoemaker kind of says that history points to this Malik al-Hajjaj. He says that the Quran's composition and dissemination under the supervision and authority of al-Hajjaj and Malik makes perfect sense. He continues, their production and distribution of the Quran at the turn of the 8th century matches perfectly with the Quran's first appearance in the historical record only at this rather late date. And he's talking about the manuscript record. We're going to get to the manuscripts in future episodes. The manuscripts start to appear at this time as well.
Right. The fact that there is no 7th century, right?
There is no 7th century manuscript. And what is in the 7th century is not Quranic. It's pre-Quranic. It's all material that's Christian and Jewish and Ethiopic and other strands. But what we know that are uniquely from this book, even the reference points, even the way that it's put, even the stylization, even the sentence structures are starting to appear only in the 8th century, about the time of the Malik. You have the Dome of the Rock. That is not the same as what you see here. The inscriptions that are there, the coins, they are not what you see here. That you only see from the manuscripts evidence. That's yet to come. Wellhausen and Robinson and Hoyland say the reason why. You need a book in the Arabic language for the Arabic people at that time. And that's what al-Malik was known for. He was the great Arab reformer. In contradistinction to Aramaic, which was the language of the Byzantine Christians, that was their language, that was their holy language, that was their language of liturgy, that was the language of the seminaries, that was the language of the aristocracy. But the people who were living on the ground, people who were doing all the commerce, people who lived in that area and who saw themselves as Ishmaelites, their language is Arabic. Mm-hmm. So you needed to have a book for them. You needed to have a revelation for them. And them means the people who were the Ishmaelites. They saw in their tradition as coming from Ishmael back to Abraham. So that's why it's important that you have this book. And so this is Wellhausen, Robinson, and Hoyland are all saying this. And they say this, al-Malik's move to thoroughly Arabicize both the state and the religion, conducting their official affairs solely in Arabic, while in the religious sphere, a new and profound emphasis centered on a distinctively Islamic monotheism. It wasn't called Islamic then. It was actually seen as a anti-Trinitarian sect of Christianity, defined by an Arabic prophet who brought a unique revelation in Arabic in the Arabian Hijaz. That is, now they say Hijaz. I'm going to dispute that, and we're going to dispute that. In fact, even unwittingly, our good friend Shoemaker is going to dispute that, but nonetheless, Mrs. Wellhausen back in 1927, Robinson in 2005, and Hoyland in 2006. We're now to 2022, 2023, now preserved in an unequaled Arabic sacred scripture. So there's the emphasis. You need to have an Arabic book for the Arabic people in their own language. And somebody who is big enough, strong enough, powerful enough, with enough authority is the only one that can do that. Mm-hmm. See, you and I can't do that. Somebody who is in a seminary or a bishop can't do that. It has to be a caliph. A caliph who's just won a battle, huge battle against Justinian II in 692. Remember, he defeated Justinian II. His greatest superpower, the only other superpower of that day, was Justinian II. He goes to war with him in 692, because of the coin. You need to go back to the coin and see this mockery. He takes off the crosses of Heraclius and his two sons, and he destroys the Byzantine cross on the back of the coin to give money to him. Of course, Justinian II is incensed by this. He goes to war against al-Malik. Al-Malik fights him, defeats him, introduces a brand new coin with himself holding a sword and the Shahada there, and he's thumbing his nose saying, I am the new leader. I am the one on the ground, and everything on my coin is in Arabic.
Right.
There's that Arabic Reformation. He's bringing in Arabic now. Now that he's done that with the coins, now you can see why he then needs to have a scripture. He needs to have a scripture in Arabic. That's why it's so important. So look and see what they say. And this is Shoemaker saying this. Great Shoemaker. He brings it all together. He says, al-Malik's deliberate program of Islamicizing and Arabizing the faith of the believers provides a credible context in which to situate the final composition in establishment of a new Islamic scripture in the Qur'an. Not only then did al-Malik have a clear motive for establishing such a text, he, unlike Uthman, who'd come earlier, and his other earlier predecessors, also had the means to enforce it. You need a man of his stature. That's why he's such a big man on the screen. That's why he's the biggest, the greatest of all the Umayyad caliphs. Anybody knows this. Historically, he was the one that pushed the borders out. He was the one that really imposed himself, and that's why he built this building right there in Jerusalem to show his strength, to show his might, thumbing his nose at the Christians because he builds this building looking down on the Church of the Sepulchre, thumbing his nose at the Jews because he builds it right in their holy ground, the Holy of Holies, where King David had built the temple. That's why, in this case, this is a theological statement, this is a political statement, and it's all for the Arabs. That's why once you have done that, and you've built the building, you have thumbed your nose, you even start confront Jesus and everything that's on the inscriptions on the Dome of the Rock. It's all against Jesus' divinity, all against the Trinity. What do? Then you bring in your own scripture, and that scripture has to be in Arabic.
And that also plays into the hands of John of Damascus, who always made the statement that the Islamic movement is a heretical movement out of Christianity.
Didn't say Islamic, the Ishmaelite movement.
Right. I'm using that just casually, but what I'm saying...
Make sure you get it right, because people think, so he was Islamic. He wasn't attacking Islam.
Okay, well, we'll argue over that. All I'm saying is he always claimed that it is a heretical movement, which shows because he is a monotheistic, he wasn't a Trinitarian in his views. That's why John of Damascus would make statements like this.
Absolutely. And interesting that you bring that up. The fact that he says it's heretical means it has something Christian to do with it.
That's right.
You can't be heretical unless you're Christian to begin with. I would suggest that al-Malik always saw himself as a Christian, but as a true Christian, because he did not elevate Jesus to the status of divinity. What is the number one rule that all Muslims throw against us? How dare you take a man
That's right.
and commit shirk? Shirk is the most unforgivable sin.
So they agree with Abdul-Malik and his stance.
Abdul-Malik was one that introduced that idea.
That's right.
Shirk was really a creation of Abdul-Malik.
And of course, the Dome of the Rock inscription talks about
It's all
that.
against shirk. It's all against elevating and saying that this has nothing to do with God. He is not God. He is not. There's no such thing as Trinity. He's not even the Son of God. He is nothing more than a messenger.
That's right. That's right. Well, what are we going to talk about next? Because we're wrapping up this one.
We're going to go and we're going to say, what then happened? Why did this narrative get lost? What happened to Abdul-Malik
right.
and
That's a
Abdul-Malik?
good question
And
to
Al-Jannah? How did it get lost?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And everyone, hopefully you'll join us next time to find the answer to this question. How did this paradigm get lost? Until then, have a blessed day. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, CIRA International, and click on the bell so that you receive notifications whenever we publish a new video or go live. I would also like to appeal to you to consider becoming a Patreon patron by clicking the link right below. By doing so, you can give towards the production of these videos. There are also other options for you where you can give to our channel. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.